Good evening, all of you. Myself, Dr. Mansi Vadgaonkar, and I warmly welcome all of you in the 3 days free webinar series on effectiveness of homeopathy in COVID-19. And today is the day 3 and episode 6 of Wellness Rediscover Club for Health Talk by Dr. Vibha, supported by Samragi Homeopathic Clinic and Samragi Yoga Studio. So let's move to today's session with the introduction of organizer first, that is Samragi Homeopathic Clinic. Samragi Homeopathy is an best system based on the theory of treating like with like. Homeopathy claims to stimulate healing responses to diseases by administering substances that mimic the symptoms of those diseases in healthy people. Samragi Homeopathic Clinic intend to serve people, and for that we organize several health camps, medical camps, free yoga and meditation workshops had been conducted in the clinic. During this difficult pandemic time, also Samragi Homeopathic Clinic organized online educational and awareness program under Wellness Rediscover Club for Health Talk by Dr. Vibha with various famous physicians to benefaction of people. To provide the treatments of this wonderful system, Dr. Vibha started Samragi Homeopathic Clinic on 4th Feb 2018 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh. And by following the footsteps of father of homeopathy, Dr. Hahnemann, rare diseases are also being treated at Samragi Homeopathic Clinic, and with 3 years of time get great success with curing types of acute and chronic diseases. On the occasion of third anniversary of SHC, on 4th Feb 2021, Dr. Vibha ma'am inaugurated Samragi Yoga Studio, which is the wellness program with online and offline yoga classes, as she is a certified yoga instructor also. There is no denying that the talk that they do treat your best to assure the satisfying results leading to a better lifeline of health. And now I would love to introduce our speaker for the day 3, Dr. Vibha ma'am. Dr. Vibha is a budding and enthusiastic homeopath, got trained with world-renowned homeopaths Dr. Rajan Shankaran, Dr. Dinesh Chauhan, Dr. Gaurang Gaikwad, and many more. She completed her BHMS from DKMM HMC Nasik University, Maharashtra, India in 2015. Did PG courses CCH, that is Certificate Course in Advanced Homeopathy, and MCH, Master Course in Advanced Homeopathy from the Other Song International Academy of Advanced Homeopathy, Mumbai, India in 2016. She is founder of Samragi Homeopathy Clinic. Her passion about homeopathy gives her fame, and she is successfully running homeopathic practice since last 3 years at Indore, India. She is director of Samragi Yoga Studio and running online and offline yoga classes, as well as director of Wellness Rediscover Club also. She is author at many national. She is posted as coordinator, scientific committee board of All India Homeopathic Student and Youth Association. She is author at many national and international homeopathic journals like hpathy.com, NJH, etc. She is speaker at various national and international platforms. May I now request Dr. Vibha ma'am to start with her presentation. Thank you.
Good evening, all of you, and thank you, Dr. Mansi, for conducting and giving this introduction of mine. So, welcome all of you in the last day of our series. And as we all know, our today's topic is homeopathy in post-COVID complaints. So, without wasting much time, I just like to start my presentation directly. So when the people are experiencing the symptoms of COVID continuously after the recovery also, that is called the post-COVID syndrome or the long COVID. So After recovering from the COVID, patients are complaining with a broad range of new symptoms. Every patient is complaining some new symptoms, and that is not about the fever, cough, and all these 2 3 things. This is about a different kind of a different set of symptoms what people are explaining and expressing to us. People may get affected after the recovery from 28 days or 4 weeks and or more than that after the recovery also. And the strange thing is ki the people those who are asymptomatic during the COVID, they are also affecting, they are also experiencing some post COVID complications. So, who are the people those who are in the risk of post COVID complications? So, no doubt the old age group, the people those who have chronic diseases like diabetes, like some immunodeficiency disorders, some chronic diseases. Instead of that, nowadays we are observing that people those who are young and those who doesn't have any chronic diseases also experiencing the post COVID syndromes or post COVID symptoms. So, what are the causes why the people are experiencing the symptoms after getting recover from the COVID? So, no doubt the first thing, the key point is their immune system. If you have a weak immune system, you are going to suffer after COVID much. The prolonged hospitalization. Instead of that, the excessive use of steroid, the excessive use of antibiotics, the antivirals, and excessive use of iron and zinc during the treatment of COVID. That this all things are also a major part to because of that the people are suffering with the post COVID syndromes. These are some common symptoms I'm presenting here from which the patient are complaining. The first thing after COVID, the most of the people, the 90% of people are suffering with the weakness after the recovery, the prolonged weakness for months, not even for 1 month, and even after even for longer than that, even the 6 weeks or 8 weeks people are suffering continuously with the weakness. Instead of that, the body ache, fever continuously, the cough and expectoration, which is also a very common symptom after the COVID, the chest pain, sometimes difficulty in breathing, and the most important thing, the anxiety and the fear. That is also I noted in post COVID patients. I'm going to present case also on that. So these are some common set of symptoms with the presentation of post COVID syndromes. So there is a question what I am facing nowadays a lot with lot of relatives also, with the patients also. The most common question is like, can homeopathy help us in after COVID complications? So yes, homeopathy can help, but how we can land up and how we can cure the post COVID syndrome with the help of homeopathy? As a physician, we should know the aphorism number 82 very nicely, the individualization. I doesn't believe with the stick of few group of remedy or some remedies or with the prescription of one remedy to all the peoples, we can't treat them, we can't cover all those symptoms, because in the aphorism number 82, Dr. Hahnemann sir already mentioned the individualization of the patient as well as the individualization of the drug. When we say the individualization of patient, it means we should take every patient as a new case. We should understand every symptom of the patient very nicely. We should take all the things collectively, and then we have to understand the patient. And when we say the individualization of the drug, we should know the comparison between the drugs. What I'm going to show you in my cases. If we know the difference between two remedies, how to select them, how to compare those drugs, that will be easy for us. So this is in my experience, in my understanding, the aphorism number 82 is very very important with the not with the acute or chronic I'm telling here, but yes, right now in this pandemic, after the post covid, with the post covid complications, we must have kept this aphorism in our mind to handle each and every patient of ours. Because on social media nowadays, few drugs are very famous with the name of few symptoms, and without asking to doctor, or without consulting the doctor, so many people are taking that medicine, then they post or then they experience that homeopathy is not working. So this is the wrong impact of on image of homeopathy, what I personally feel there. So that's why this aphorism we should understand very well before the prescription. Another one is the aphorism number 18, that is the symptom totality or the symptomatology. Even in the post-COVID cases, we doesn't have to prescribe on one thing or a one symptom or a one complaint. You have to collect all the modalities. You can complete the symptoms according the guidance of the Bonning-Hussain, the LSMC, the location, sensation, modalities, and concomitant. Take a complete case, collect all the data about the patient, talk to them, and then come to the conclusion to prescribe anything. Instead of that, one very important thing, a very important aphorism, that is the 153, that is a characteristic symptom. Try to find out one characteristic symptom or a red line symptom or a peculiar, striking, uncommon symptom in the patient to prescribe. With the help of that, even on the time of prescription, you are sure that the patient is going to well completely, and you can assure patient that you are going to cure very well. You are going to free from your symptoms very soon. So let's start, try to understand all this thing with the example of cases here now. Let's start with the case one of our. This is a case of a 29-year-old female, and the presenting complaint is post-COVID anxiety. So this lady consulted to me on 12th of May. She had COVID in April, and according to her, she was asymptomatic. She only got a mild fever for 2 days, and she was absolutely okay in 4 days. So during the COVID, there is no complication and she doesn't face anything much. But the problem started after the COVID. After she got better, continuously there is an anxiety in her mind. The thoughts are there. The anxiety is about the health, about getting the infection again. The thought, persistent thought is that what will happen, something will happen, something will happen. This thought is there 24 hours. This thought is there in her mind, and this thought and the anxiety make her sleepless. At the night especially, there is one very prominent thought is in her mind which make her sleepless, that is, I will wake next morning or not. This is the big fear in her mind, and during this anxiety she experienced nausea and cramp in the stomach. So this is all about the case only. So when I got I just want to clear one thing for all the cases what I am presenting right now today. I am presenting the case, this much case in 5 minutes to you, but to understand all these complaints, I thought with every patient I took 25-30 minutes at least. So it's not like we are presenting this case in a 5 minutes because we are in webinar and we have time limitation. We are presenting this thing very fastly in 5 minutes, but in case taking, even in the acute cases, we have to understand the patient very nicely, and we have to ask about all the things. So after asking all the questions, whatever conclusive things I got in the case, I'm presenting here only. So after getting all these symptoms, I took the rubrics for this patient is mind anticipation, mind fear disease of contagious epidemic infection. See how beautifully the repertory in repertory the rubric is already there. The fear disease of contagious epidemic infection, fear mind death of impending of, anxiety nausea with, and sleeplessness anxiety from. When I put all this rubric in repertory chart, I got three remedies here who are covering all the five symptoms of the patient. The first one is the arsenic, the second is the carcinosin, and the third one is lachesis. So arsenic is very nicely ruled out from this case, as the restlessness should be there to prescribe the arsenic. If there is no restlessness, there is no arsenic. So arsenic is very easily ruled out for this case. Lachesis also ruled out from this case because the marked loquacity and the anxiety was not there like lachesis in this particular case. I'll end up to the carcinosin after this materia medica comparison from these two remedies. But truly telling you, for me to this case to land upon the carcinosin is more easier, because this patient is not a new patient of mine. 2 years back, she is consulted to me already for her another some mind complaints, and with the help of carcinosin only, she got out from all her mental complaints. So this time, when this acute totality, again when I saw the carcinosin and the repertory chart, that carcinosin is strongly covering all the symptoms of the presenting complaints, as well as in the comparison of materia medica also, carcinosin is highly presentable here. I prescribed the carcinosin 1 ml in the single dose. As patient was consulted on 12th of the May. This consultation was teleconsultation, and she is not from my state, so she got medicine quite late there in 3-4 days. But after 3 days, when she got medicine, within when she started taking medicine, with 2 days, after 2 days only, her all the ailments are absolutely okay. There is no anxiety, there is no fear, the sleep is very good, and the level of anxiety is that much in this patient that she is not going to walk out from home. Even if she want to go somewhere for even for taking some vegetable or anything for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, if she want to go out from the home, the level of anxiety is on peak when she come at home, because of the fear to get infection. So with the help of carcinosin, the patient is got absolutely okay within 2 days only. So this is about the first case. Let's see and move to the second case of our. This case is about the fever post-COVID recovery, and this is the case of a 19-year-old female, and the presenting complaints are she had COVID on 11th of April and she got better in 8 days. There is not much complication in the COVID, and she consulted to me on the 15th of the May, and the only this patient presented only 2-3 complaints to me only, and there is no any other complaint. The first leading complaint is the fever every evening between 6 to 7 p.m. only, and the other thing is the body ache. The body ache is not like whole body is aching. Body ache is a single part is aching only. Headache is also there, which is also aggravated at the evening only, and she presented like with the body in the body ache, the thigh pain is daily there. So she is mentioned especially this, my thighs are paining every evening. So again, this is about the case only. These are the acute and short cases. So with this complaint, with this presentation of patient, what I selected in the rubrics, like fever, heat, evening, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. until head pain, headache, evening aggravation, generalities, pain, evening aggravation because whole body pain is there, generalities, infectious diseases after. And when we put all this in the repertory chart, what we got here is, now the 4 remedies are here, those who are covering all the symptoms very well. So like, let's rule out one by one how just compare the remedies here to prescribe one remedy. So let's start from the sanguinaria. If you remember, there is a very peculiar kind of pain in the sanguinaria headache. That is, the pain start from the occiput, ascending upward and land up on above the eyes, especially on the right side. This is the red line symptom of to prescribe the sanguinaria if headache is there in the patient. So for sure, this symptom is not there in a patient. So sanguinaria is ruled out here. The second one is calcaria. So during fever, there is a marked perspiration in the calcaria, especially on the head, and the perspiration is that much that the pillow become weight. That much perspiration is there. In our patient, there is no perspiration. So here also the calcaria is also ruled out. Now the nux vomica. In nux vomica fever, there is cold stage is predominant, and there is a very red line symptom of nux vomica fever is chilliness of being uncovered, and yet he does not allow to being covered. This is the red line symptom during the nux vomica fever. With if nux vomica is there, some gastric complaints, some gastric symptom or disturbance should be there in the patient with the presenting complaint. So with the ruling out all the remedies, we'll end up on the phosphorus for this patient. So I prescribe phosphorus 200 BD for 3 days, and after the 4 days, what patient is post-COVID complaint, the everyday follow-up is there with me, but I'm with the short time period, I'm not explaining everyday follow-up here, but how the progressively they'll end up at the cure. What I'm presenting here is, so within 24 hours after taking the phosphorus, there is no fever, but the headache and body ache is still there, but the intensity is reduced day by day, and up to the end of the 4th day, there is no complaint with this patient. Right? This is about the case 2 here. Now let's move toward the 3rd case. Now this case is quite interesting for me. Let's start it. The case is of a 24-year male with the post-COVID nasal complaint, and this is something which I saw first time in post-COVID complication patients. And see how beautifully the presentation was there. The patient consulted on 25th of the May, and the presentation is redness in the left nose and itching in the right nose. Right? There is slight swelling on the tonsils which are painful and which is better by eating or drinking anything, and daily white expectoration is there. So this is about the patient's complaint here. For me, the interesting thing is the redness in the left and the itching in the right. And I was during the case, I was just thinking like, might be this patient land up with some rare remedy, might be, because this type of symptom I doesn't saw in my practice. In my 3 years of practice, I doesn't saw any acute or chronic even patient like this complaint. But see the beauty of homeopathy. Just see the rubrics first. Nose redness left, expectoration white, nose itching tickling right, throat tonsil, drinking amelioration and eating amelioration. When put it all this thing in the rupitization chart, only one remedy is there which is covering all the symptoms of the patient, that is the Netromure. And I never expect this common remedy for this case during the case. This is how we can say the beauty of repertory. Because we can't thought that much common medicine. I am not thinking that this common remedy for this case actually. So with the help of repertory we can do this definitely. And with the help of Netromure only, Netromure 200 BD for 3 days. Within 3 days, all the symptoms, all the itching, redness, throat symptom, the white expectoration, everything is better. Even after taking the 2 doses, after the first day of the treatment, patient started feeling much better because the everyday follow-up is there with them. So this case is beautifully solved with the Netromure, the rare symptom with the very common remedy. Let's see the fourth and the last case of for today. That is the case of a post-COVID anxiety again. This case is of a 54-year-old male patient. Now just try to understand the presentation first. What patient is experiencing and what is the cause behind the case exactly. This case explains us this thing very nicely. The patient was consulted to me on the 5th of the April. The presentation was, the patient feel like मेरा ऑक्सीजन ड्रॉप हो रहा है because that time so many because that time the oxygen saturation is very we can say a very high topic for the peoples to discuss, and many people are experiencing this drop down of the oxygen saturation. This patient is feeling like मेरा ऑक्सीजन ड्रॉप हो रहा है, and when they check in oximeter, his oxygen level is between 88 to 91. And with after the talking 10 to 15 minutes with this patient, I understood that this patient is so much anxious about her oxygen level, and I can't get any peculiar thing or particular thing to prescribe medicine to this patient. So I just requested the patient to I just want to talk to any attender of yours. So the patient's daughter talked to me after that. So she explained that he is a very restless person, right? When he is sitting or when he is moving, means for the washroom or for the eating, there is no drop down of oxygen. His oxygen level is 92 plus always. But when he got restless or he got anxious about his complaint, and as he is a known case of asthma also, so he started walking very fastly, and after that only for few minutes or for some time the oxygen level is dropping down up to the 88 or 91, and he is in after every 20 minutes or 30 minutes he is going to check his oxygen level. So just to understand that this case is not of oxygen saturation, this case is of anxiety actually, right? As the patient is already asthmatic, any asthmatic patient is going to restless, anxious, and going to walk very fastly out of the restlessness. The oxygen level is going to down for some time for sure, right? But when he is moving for other things, means when he is not anxious and he is moving for other daily routine of his, the oxygen level is absolutely normal, the 92 plus. So this patient is what I land up with this patient is the restlessness, nervousness, the anxiety about the health, and the motion amelioration. So there is no question and there is no need to prescribe anything for the oxygen to this patient. we have to prescribe for her his anxiety actually. So I think this with this complaints. Okay, so when we put all this thing in the repertory chart, so this is the clear case of a arsenic album already. So with the presentation of this 2-3 complaint, we can understand easily that this patient is of arsenic, because this much anxiety, the motion amelioration, the restlessness, the anxiety about the health, this thing is markedly present in the arsenic album. So the prescription was arsenic album 200 OD for 3 days, and within 2 days his anxiety was dropped down, and after his anxiety dropped down, his oxygen level always maintained up to 92 plus, because he is not anxious, he is not walking briefly out of anxiety, so his oxygen level is not dropping down. So to understand, as we see the in the aphorisms of Organon, that we should understand what we have to treat in the patient. If we understand what we have to treat in the patient exactly, we can treat them. So this is all about the cases. Let's see other things. The effectiveness of homeopathy, the big question mark for this time to the patients. So homeopathy already proved in so many pandemics that the effectiveness of homeopathy in all the epidemics in past in history, the mortality rate and the percentage of cured patient is always high with the help of homeopathy. So yes, we can say the effectiveness of homeopathy, which is the headline, the tagline of our this webinar series, the effectiveness of homeopathy. So yes, the effectiveness of homeopathy is too much high in epidemic as well as in pandemic also. So I got some messages to talk about this particular remedy here and to compare this thing with other remedies also. So let's see about the oxygen saturation. Nowadays the Aspidosperma is something which is known to all the peoples, not only the homeopaths, not only the allopaths, not only the doctors, even the common peoples know very well about the Aspidosperma. But the lacking is people are not knowing the indication of Aspidosperma, and as the so many messages are there on social media that Aspidosperma can increase the oxygen. So people are carrying medicine with them. Even I got calls from patients. They are not going to discuss about their complaint, but they directly ask about the medicine. Ma'am, this medicine is available or not? This is the thing. So I just want to clear the thing that Aspidosperma for sure going to work, but not for all the cases of oxygen saturation. Right? It's not like the case like in any patient, if the oxygen is down, we are going to prescribe the Aspidosperma. That's not going to work like that. Aspidosperma are going to work with the indication of their only, and indications are clearly mentioned in our Materia Medica. If we see the Boric Materia Medica, the first line itself present the indication, the digitalis of the lungs. As digitalis is work for the heart, the Aspidosperma is going to work for your lungs. There is a cardiac asthma. This remedy is for the cardiac asthma, right? Want of breath during the exertion. This is the guiding symptom of this remedy. And how this remedy works? So this remedy removes the temporary obstruction of the oxidation of the blood by stimulating the respiratory centers, and because of that it increases the oxidation and excretion of the carbonic acid. If you see in the Murphy's Materia Medica, it's given there, it removes the obstruction to the oxidation of the blood by stimulating respiratory centers and increase oxidation and excrete of carbolic acid. So with the indication, if you are going to prescribe, the medicine is for sure going to work. If we see about the Aspidosperma in the Clark's repertory, the main rubrics which cover this remedy on Clark's is asthma, cardiac asthma, and boric repertory, the cardiac dyspnea. So this is the main indication of this remedy. In homeopathy, we doesn't have only one remedy for the oxygen, to increase the oxygen level of the patient. Carbovage is also there, and if carbovage is also going to work with the indication of that, and the indication of carbovage is the patient may be almost lifeless, but the head is hot, coldness, breath cold, pulse imperceptible, obsessed and quizzed respiration, and must have air, must be fan hard, पास से तेज हवा चाहिए, must have all the windows open, खुली हवा चाहिए. This is the typical state of carbovage. Then and then only carbovage is going to work. Carbovage is for the imperfect oxidation, is the keynote of this remedy. Typically, the patient is very sluggish, fat, lazy. There is a tendency to chronicity of his complaints. This is also there. The icy coldness, the blueness is also there. And the blueness is because of the low level of oxygen. Instead of these two remedies, if we go through the repertory, we found some beautiful rubrics also there. The respiration difficult, breathe would be last as if next, and the beautiful remedies are there. And the again one is respiration breathe as if from want of. So to understand all this presentation and to prescribe the indicated remedy, we can take help of the repertory, and then lastly of the materia medica to compare and contrast the remedies. Instead of that, the need of the time is the chest remedies. The lung infection is there. The different parts, different lobes of the lungs are infected in the COVID. See how beautifully in our repertory already given all the remedies from different from both the lungs and the different lobes. Read the rubrics here, that the chest, lung right, lung left, lung apex upper right, middle right, base lower right and left. So everything is there. Just we have to collect all the things very carefully with the patient, to understand the patient's complaint very carefully, understand what we have to cure in the patient, and just take rightly rubrics and compare with the materia medica, and we can cure, we can treat, we can handle the cases of post-COVID also. We talk about the fever, the very important thing during this time. So in my practice nowadays, what are the frequent remedies are coming with the complaints of the patient? There are so many remedies in repertory or in materia medica, so many remedies for fever there, but few remedies what I am experiencing, the most leading remedy for this time is on your screen, the Aconite, Belladonna, Rustox, China, Bryonia, Senicalmin. So we need to understand how to compare these remedies from each other. What are the presentation of each and every remedy, because all these remedies have their own indication, their own presentation with the fever. If we see the Aconite, the cold stage is mostly marked in Aconite. The cold sweat is there. There is dry heat, red face, and if we see the dry heat and the red face, that is also there, we found in the Belladonna also. But the difference is Aconite have sweat and Belladonna is without sweat. The presentation was this much easy. We can touch the patient and we can understand that there is sweating is there in the Aconite, and there is dry heat only there in the Belladonna. There is no sweat during the fever. Again, the next big thing to understand is Aconite is thirsty, and the belladonna is no thirst. There is thirstlessness during the fever. The belladonna's feet is icy cold during the fever. If we see about the rust ox, it's a chilly person, chill with dry cough and restlessness. If we see about the China is covering all the stages are well marked in the China. All the sweat, heat, cold, all the stages are very well marked, and there is a free perspiration causing by a little exertion. थोड़ा सा भी exertion करने पर there is a profuse perspiration is there, especially on the single part of the body. This is something we can say a red line for the fever of China. The arsenic and bryonia. One very marked mental symptom is there to compare the arsenic and belladonna instead of presenting the physical complaint one. See, the restlessness of arsenic is also there during fever also. The patient is going to change their place very frequently, going to walk, and very restless. Means during high fever even patient is going to even with the weakness is also there, the letharginess is also there, but patient is so restless they can stand on one place for a long time with even high fever. But exactly opposite thing is happened with the bryonia. Bryonia can't even move or can't even change his position of sleep during the fever. Even slightest motion aggravates bryonia during fever. So this is how we can compare and contrast the remedies. Here are some key rubrics I like to present here. There's some key rubrics to understand. This all rubrics what I found out in the repertory, which have the single remedies or very few remedies. There's 2, 5, 3 remedies are there only. So see, the cough, dry fever, intermittent before. Only 3 remedies. No sneezing, general fever before. Only 1 remedy. The single drug rubric. Fever, feet cold with. Fever, hands cold with. The tarantula and thuja. The single drug rubric. But we have to understand this thing. To find out the single rubric, we must inquire with the patient very nicely first, because if we have the good collection, if we took cover all the things about the complaint of the patient, we inquire all the aspects from the patient, all the things from the patient, then and then we can select a good remedy for the patient, like this, like red line or keynote symptoms like this. The fever, tongue clear with the arsenic and China, 2 remedies only. So at the end, precautions to be take post COVID recovery. This is what I experience is a very important thing to understand after COVID, because as people got free from all the symptoms of the COVID, they are careless about their health you can say, and that's why the symptoms, the prolonged symptom after the recovery is there for months even. So the most important thing is to advise your patients to hydrate themselves very well, take up plenty of fluid in a day. With that, consume a healthy food, include fruits in your diet, do exercise, do meditation, which will help you to come out from the anxieties of all these times. Have a adequate sleep also. Sleep is very important. The sleep of night time only, especially, because what happens during the night time, the cortisol level in our body is decreased, and when the cortisol level is decreased, the immunity become high. So when the cortisol level low at the night, so if we take a good sleep at night, we can improve our 60% of immunity with this only. So the good sleep is very very important to recover and to boost our immunity also, to prevent ourselves to not get again and again the same infection, and no doubt to avoid the alcohol and smoking. So this is all about the today's presentation. If you have any question regarding this presentation, you can ask on the chat box. Before going for the question and answer session, I just like to thank all of you for your patience listening and to join us since last 3 days for all the sessions. And I want to share this thing with all of you. Simrakri Yoga Studio, we are there uh, to ask you to you can learn the asanas, pranayam, meditation, which is the need of this time, online even. If you are busy with the online days also, you can join our Sunday classes even. All the details are there on your screen. You can join us, you can inquire us anytime. For that you can message or call anytime. Instead of that, the online consultation of ours is available. You can get your medicine at your doorstep, as you saw in my cases also. Even for the post-COVID cases, we are giving the teleconsultation to the patient. So thank you all of you for joining us today. If any question is there, Dr. Mansi, can you please read for me?
Yes. Gopi Patolia asked that, ma'am, is deep acting remedy given in acute cases also?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we can give, but with the indication only. See, there is so many remedies. See, if we see in the fever, even fever is a we count fever as a most acute condition. But if you see in the repertory and materia medica, there are so many deep acting drugs are also covering the fever very well. But with the indication, we are going to prescribe it only. As in my case, I presented the case also of carcinosin. There is a anxiety there, but that's a acute condition. But for that also I prescribed carcinosin. That's 2 in a 1 impotency, and the patient got all his complaints better. Right? So yes, we can do.
Yes. That's all for the questions. Thank you so much for giving your valuable insights on topic post-COVID management with homeopathy. This will really help us in treating COVID patients. Thank you so much.
Okay. Uh, some questions are there. I think there is a profuse
Yes,
white
just now
expectoration
expectoration post-COVID.
post-COVID. Okay, so see, this is the one thing only. We have to inquire more thing to prescribe the patient. If you got more modalities with this patient, just send on the group. I will definitely tell you the remedy there. And Dr. Nilima, please post if possible cases of mucormycosis. Okay. So I doesn't handle personally the mucormycosis cases still, so I can present that right now. Post-COVID extreme weakness, yeah. For the extreme weakness post-COVID, you can prescribe the acid phos in Q, acid phos Q, 10 drops BD. This will result magically in the weakness especially. So yes, acid phos you can prescribe, and instead of that, salicylic acid also you can prescribe to the patient in Q.
Post-COVID anorexia.
Okay, see, post-COVID anorexia, we have to inquire more complaints about the with the anorexia. Means what are the other things associated symptoms? So we can definitely prescribe for this patient also. If you got all other symptoms of this patient, just send me on group. I will definitely tell you the medicine.
One more question. With
Hmm.
past history of CKD, how to hydrate them after post-COVID as water intake is limited to them?
Okay, if the limitation to this point only, we have to cover with the other things like good sleep, good health, the meditation, yoga, exercise. With this thing we can do this thing. If the water is not for them, just avoid this point, follow all other points.
Post-COVID allergic
Yeah,
rhinitis.
this is the very common presentation actually, post COVID allergic rhinitis. But to prescribe for this, we need some modalities there, we need some more indication there to prescribe on this thing. Just on the name of the complaint we are not going to prescribe, because it's not going to work well. If we want to a short prescription for this thing, just send some modality of the patient. You can send me on group or personally, I will definitely tell you the medicine. Okay, if it's an old case of allergic rhinitis already and 40 sneezings are there, I if this is of my case, how I am going to handle is, I am going to take a full case of this patient and going to start with the constitutional remedy with this patient only, right? Because in my experience, the sinus and the rhinitis and all these patients, we should start with the constitutional remedy, because I am getting best result in with the constitutional remedies in this kind of patients. Okay, if any other question is there, you can send right now. And I just want everyone to send your feedback also. You can send right now also, or you can send your feedback on the Telegram group also, so we get encouragement to arrange more good sessions if we see the audience is really interested uh, with all these sessions. So in future also we are going to, and if you want any particular kind of session or any particular topic from any speaker, so you can also send your interest of topics, so we can definitely try to arrange on that also. Okay, if there is not any other question, so we like to conclude our today's session here.
One more question, ma'am.
Yeah,
Dyspnea aggravation by eruption anxiety patient.
Disney aggravation by
By
adaptation.
eruption
Okay.
in anxiety.
Okay, sir, can I got any other modalities with this complaint, so I can prescribe definitely? On mother tincture, definitely we try to, Dr. Rupali, we try to arrange some session on mother tincture also in future.
Amelioration open air.
Is the aggravation by eruption anxiety
For
patient?
dyspnea.
Okay. Any aggravation point is there?
Aggravation after food.
Okay, after food. See, you just read the pulsatilla sulfur for this thing. See, the compare this remedy and prescribe accordingly. Okay. Session on endocrinology. Okay, Dr. Ramana Rao sir will definitely try to arrange on this. Okay. To join group, uh, okay, Dr. Jyoti Anand, just you can join our Telegram group by link. I'm just sending link here. Just wait a minute. Okay, so link is here. You can join our Telegram channel as well as our Telegram group. All future events will be there, and very soon we are going to send all the sessions on YouTube, and going to make available the YouTube link also on the group as well. For the all the future events, you can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook by the name of Samrakri Homeopathy Clinic, so you will get definitely all the notification for the future events. You can subscribe our YouTube channel to get the notification when we are going to put all the videos on our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is also on the name of Samrakri Homeopathy Clinic. So I think we should wind up our today's session here. We are heartily thankful to all our previous speakers, Dr. Mini Mehta ma'am and Dr. Pradeep Garge sir, for the beautiful sessions in last 2 days. Thankful to all the audience to attend us and your patience listening. Heartily thankful to Dr. Mansi for for conducting all 3 sessions during this webinar series. In future also, we are very soon we are going to arrange a very beautiful program once again, so stay tuned with us to get benefit with all these programs what we are going to arrange in future. Thank you so much. On this note, we are just going to conclude our today's session here. Thank you so much, everyone.